Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael, also. Darlene the Sardine Queen, Darlene the Sardine Queen, Darlene the Sardine Queen. Hey everybody! Hi, hello. Welcome back. How y'all doing? We're here to get back into the Darlene. A number of people asked if we could watch this video that she posted a week ago called I Must Make Some Major Changes in My Life. I don't know what the changes are. I don't know. Don't ask me. People just said it would be good. Well, actually, wait, Jamie, did you say that only like part of this is good? You said part of this is good? Oh, what am I wearing? This really old Zachary Michael merch. Not even available anymore. But if you are interested in Zachary Michael merch, how about... Oh, you just said it was worth watching? Okay, stunning. If you are interested in new Zachary Michael merch, you can check out zacharymichael.dashery, DASHERY.com.
Here just to be forgotten.
Magden, thanks so much for 15 memorable months of subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. Are you going to be making beef piss merch? Well, beef piss is not really my thing. I don't believe I'll be making beef piss merch. No. I have 3 more weeks till I can change my username. I'm so excited. But I love Blanche Devereaux. Blanche Devereaux is such a good name. Remember this. Why am I in the sardine can like that? Maybe we could get some piss and shitting and farting merch. Maybe some piss and shitting and farting merch. Beep beep boo boo. Beep beep boo boo. Alright, y'all ready to get... This is kind of a long video. It's 33 minutes. And you know I'm bad. I'm bad at yapping. I do have her on 1.25. Do you think we can do... Should we try 1. She does talk kind of slow sometimes. We'll try 1.5, and if I need to take it down, we will. Because it's kind of a long video. But if y'all are ready, could you put some 69s in the chat? Darlene the Sardine Queen, Darlene the Sardine Queen, Darlene the Sardine Queen. Hey, little Darlene, let me whisper in your ear. All right. Oh, prediction started. So many requests for a prediction in the chat. And the prediction today is, how many times will Darlene whisper today? Probably should note that when it says 6+, that means just 6. I imagine Jamie just kept that from a previous prediction. So it really just means 6. If you want a plus, look at the 8. Look at the 8. Okay? Look at the 8. Not the whisper song, please. All right, we're going to get to, but feel free to keep participating in the prediction. Hi, Darlene.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Darlene, still with a broken screen on my camera, and I'm relying on a screen that is bent and tilted and upside down to see where I fit in this camera. We're just going with it.
This start screen looks like every other video she does. That's because almost every other video is this, unless she's crocheting or sewing.
I know people are telling me, just use your phone, my phone. No, it's so filled. I don't like to use a phone to record. I have been recording for YouTube 12 years. I've had 3 cameras, all the same brand, And I know what I like about them. I know what I don't like. The screens break. And they just get black, and this one is white. But if I tilt it and turn it and it's upside down, then I can see a little bit. Okay, I am here because it's time for me to change my life.
I love how committed she is to just doing shit that doesn't work. Like, she's the kind of girl that's like, I'm stuck in my ways, and I don't care if this camera is gonna break in the same way every single time. I'm gonna keep repurchasing it. I do love that. Stick to your guns, Darlene. I kind of do some shit like that sometimes.
Every few years I go through that. And there are some things that I wish I would change, and I'll say it for years and years and years, mostly to myself or to Derek, somebody else who understands being self-employed in this online world and things like that. There are some things that I have wanted to change for years and just haven't. And there are other things that I hang on to just because I love them. But
like her broken camera! Like her broken camera. Exactly.
Had a lot of stress.
If you all think that the changes in her life she's gonna make have anything to do with her eating carnivore, you are sadly mistaken, divas. If it ain't broke, but it is broke. It is broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, her camera is broke.
The past couple of years. It was stressful leading up to coming here, and then it was stressful for a little bit here, and then I had some fun for a while and loved it, and I didn't realize that would, you start to get back to the reality of having grown-up life issues and just different things. So when I'm, stressed out over life, the work that I do, as much as I love it, sometimes can add to the stress because I don't have time to do those things. And of course, all those things are what makes me money. They're my moneymaker things. I can't just give up my job. Well, I could. I guess I could. I could retire. I could. I don't want to. I mean, I am retired in the sense that I collect my Social Security. But I just bank that. I have a goal to bank my Social Security check, every check, for 10 years without spending it, without touching it, without looking at it. Isn't that cool? I like stuff like that. I like to do things like that.
we see this is why her and old Sarasota Tim wouldn't work together. This is why her and Sarasota Tim won't work together, because Sarasota Tim is like, take your Social Security at 62. Take your Social Security at 62, and then if you want, get a side hustle. Get a side hustle like YouTube, where you can just have extra money. I don't think Tim would be down with a gay dog. No, Tim wouldn't be okay with Rocket being gay, unfortunately. I think you're right about that. And it is kind of gaggy that she's like, I'm just banking my Social Security check. I don't even need it. It's also like, girl, you don't take that money with you to the grave, That's my thing. Not that like, people shouldn't save money for like a rainy day or whatever. But also it's giving like, at a certain point, what are we saving money for,
So you can tell I've done.
She probably wants to stop working and be comfortable at 80. Maybe she's saving to give to her kids. True. She has her son Derek. And her son Derek has a kid. Listen, let me not pocket watch her. When we've been talking about pocket watching people who are participating in overconsumption. If the only overconsumption she's participating in is meat, then like let her live her truth, I guess. Let her live her truth.
Okay for myself if I don't need to be spending my check to get by.
Work.
And so I still want to work. I like to work, but I only want to do things now that are going to make me happy. And I think that means that some of the things that I'm doing, I need to probably let go of. You don't know how much of a strict boss I am. I have schedules every Monday. I print out my schedule every Sunday, and it starts on Monday. Been doing this forever.
Diva, why are we printing out schedules in the Lord's year of 2026? Why are we printing out schedules?
Ever. And I've been self-employed like 30 years now. Well, at the beginning it wasn't online stuff, it was other stuff. But so maybe 25 years that I've been printing out a schedule. And I'm thinking of redoing my schedule and knocking some things off. I have so many things on my schedule, even things like check the mail, snail mail, because I will not do that. And I allow myself to, maybe do that twice. I don't have to do it every day, like I just did it today. But there's things on there, and then there's other things. I'm going to tell you one of the things that has weighed heavily on me for a long time, is fan funding, Patreon, YouTube memberships. Those are the only two that I do right now. Facebook has one. I was like, no, thank you. When I started Patreon, the perk.
Gosh, there used to be somebody in our Discord who was a member of Darlene's Patreon, and she posts some real wild things over on the Patreon. We used to really get the tea back in the day from her Patreon.
People got, and Derek would know what year. I know exactly where he was living when I started Patreon. I don't know exactly what year it was, but when I started Patreon, the perk you got was my filthy mouth. At the time, I still wasn't swearing on YouTube because I thought, some people won't like that. And then I was like, fuck it, I don't fucking care what people like. So the perk was going to be swearing on my exclusive videos for members, meaning patrons and YouTube.
That is actually so funny to me. Imagine if I put my cursing behind a paywall for you all. I wouldn't have shit to say over here. I wouldn't have shit to say.
And people hopped on board like crazy. And, within just a few days, I was up to $500 per month on Patreon.
Hell yeah!
It was only Patreon at the very beginning. And then YouTube came up with theirs, and I did that one too. It got very hard to fulfill that because I promised certain things, and then I felt really obligated to fulfill those things because people were paying me. At the beginning, it was $1 a month, and then I think I went to $5 a month, maybe $3 a month. Yes, 1, and then I went to 3, and then I went to 5. Now I have $5 and $10 levels. And again, I'm falling short. I still do daily chats, things like that. But what happens when you are involved in that and you do really well? The money becomes, for me, it was a nice little chunk, and I'll tell you in a second. It was a nice enough chunk that I did not want to just quit all that, shut down, and lose all that. And that happened to be during COVID. During COVID, just on Patreon, I was taking in about $1,600 per month just on Patreon.
Okay,
and about
Rich.
$400 to $500, maybe sometimes $600 a month on.
I'm kind of living for her sharing so many details about like what she makes. I think a lot of YouTubers don't share all of that kind of stuff because it's like, I don't know, because people are just weird about money, really, truly. She used to read out her YouTube paycheck amounts. You know what? I feel like I did know that, actually. Yeah, and honestly, truly, you won't catch me reading it out, because people already feel some type of way about me being so pretty and rich. I don't need more of that. I don't. Truly. I think more people should disclose what they make. You know what? I think it's helpful to disclose, like, what you're making and things like that when it's a conversation between, like, your peers who are doing the same work. I will say I've had conversations with other YouTubers about how much, like, I'm making and things like that. And I think that it's so helpful. Actually, Charlie was just talking about this in a live stream in regards to, like, conversations she had with FFG and things like that. But I do think when you are, like, talking peer-to-peer, even outside of YouTube, like, maybe actually, honestly, more importantly, in, like, a more traditional, like, 9-to-5 job, I don't think people realize, like, how people get hired at, like, such different discrepancies in salary and stuff. Like, to that extent, it's kind of crazy. Someone to get sloppy with. Thanks so much for 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Thank you. Can't you just estimate it based on views? For YouTube, yes and no. I will say, like, Social Blade has never been 100% accurate in terms of, like, my channel. And I feel like Social Blade gives, like, such a wide range of what it possibly could be. The other thing about, like, there is, like, I think what people try to kind of, like, estimate. There used to be a thing of, like, for every 1,000 views, it was like $1 or something like that. I feel like that used to be a rate people put out there, but it's a little bit more complicated than that, because I could get the same number of views as like a mom cooking channel, and because the mom cooking channel is educational, it's more family friendly, it's geared towards moms who are probably spending a lot of time on YouTube watching that kind of content. I think they get higher rates for their ads. So in a lot of ways, like even from like creator to creator, it can still be different. It probably would be more fair for like me and Charlie, for instance, to have a conversation and compare like how we're doing AdSense wise and things like that. But across the YouTube platform in general, it can be different. So anyways, all of that to say, that's what I find so interesting about, that's why I find it particularly interesting that Darlene's sharing info about like her Patreon and stuff like that, because typically those are only conversations I'm having with content creators behind closed doors. I think you shouldn't. You're asking for personal donations like an Amazon. I think you shouldn't. You're asking. Wait, Grace, what are you talking about? Pissing and shitting is of less value than cooking. Yes. Oh, you think you shouldn't share how much you're making unless you're asking for personal donations like an Amazon wishlist or GoFundMe. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would probably maybe still potentially disagree. If only because I think like when you're opting to get something from somebody's Amazon wish list or send money to a GoFundMe, you're doing that stuff in good faith. You're doing that stuff because you want to do something nice for that person, and you shouldn't be doing it under the assumption that like, you know, they meet some certain level of income. I understand that that's like in relation to Rosie. And what I will say is that, like, on a similar note, I absolutely have just recently said, like, knowing what Rosie potentially could earn, that's what's frustrating to me about her ranting about not having healthcare and stuff like that. It's because if she did put some energy into her YouTube channel and was, like, consistent and stuff with it, she could probably be making or doing a lot better on YouTube than what she's doing probably right now currently. And even what she's doing right now is probably not that bad, to be honest. Like, I don't think she's like making as much as like I probably am on YouTube, but like she's probably doing okay for herself, and she could probably be doing better if she got into like some level of consistency. All right, sorry, we went on a whole fucking tangent right there.
YouTube memberships. That's hard to let go of. And the way I do it is whatever the patrons get, I always use that platform first and push it out, and then I copy from there and move it to YouTube memberships. So I felt like a prisoner to that money because I couldn't justify just letting that go. But I struggled for a long time, and Derek would be the first to tell you. He has heard me complain about these fan funding sites for a long time. He's always like, Ma, you know, if you let it go, something else will come up that'll make you more happy. And I'm like, yes, I know. I'm the one who teaches him these things. But I stayed with it. And then after COVID, things started to go down, and I was almost happy. I was like, maybe if it goes low enough, I'll quit. And then I kind of quit at one point. When I was here, I wanted to just be free and be going out. That was in 2023, and I did not want to be obligated to provide things like sale items, you know, make fabric sales and all these other things. So I said I was going to start my fabric sales, and I did for some months, and then I met Joe. And then with being with him, I kind of wanted to do the sales again. I was a little bit more settled and stuff, so I did. And I'm still doing, well, I haven't for probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I'm down so low now. Between the two Patreon and YouTube memberships, I'm probably pulling in a little bit over, well, somewhere between $500 and $600 a month. I don't even know if it's maybe like between $5 and $550, somewhere around there. I don't see it separate for YouTube memberships. I think I can, but I don't even bother to go look. So it's just included in my check that I get for videos and stuff from Google. It's all from Google.
Timeless Wonder, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime. Yeah, so Darlene, is the point of this video just that you're gonna quit it? Cause, okay, great. We're good. What could we possibly yap about for, what, 20 more minutes?
I'm tired of feeling stressed out because I put a lot on my plate that I want to do, but then I don't do, or, start to feel like I don't want to do it. But the thing is I don't want to not be working. I just want to do something different now. I'm tired of the same old, same old. Okay. I absolutely still want to do YouTube, even though it's disgusting how much money, not just me, the creators are losing. It's just tanking. Ooh. I never thought I would see that with YouTube, but it is tanking.
I don't, can I just say, I don't, that's not my current experience. Can I just say that's not my current experience? If anything, 2026 has been good for me in that sense. And maybe that's, in my head, it kind of maybe a little bit in comparison to 2025. Because in 2025, I took like a whole break. There were a couple months where my paycheck was very small, very small, which is fine. I wouldn't have taken a break from YouTube if I couldn't afford to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where she's also hearing this. And because in general, I feel like I'm a little bit on top of like those kinds of trends and stuff. And none of the other like content creators that I know personally on YouTube are experiencing that. Part of me is just like, perhaps it's your content, Diva. Did it occur to you that not everybody wants to watch you talk about your weird, disordered way of eating? Like, perhaps YouTube isn't trying to actually, I think we all know YouTube is not fucking around when it comes to people who make content surrounding that. I mean, just in our corner of the internet, we've seen Chantal, Rosie, and Amberlynn all lose monetization because of it. So yeah, I imagine that's not going well for you. And like, to be honest, you're also mixing so many different types of content on your channel, and unfortunately like the YouTube algorithm values you having consistent content on your channel. So when you're one day talking about eating butter as a snack, and the next day you're like, look at me crochet these squares, these granny squares, like, yeah, that's not probably gonna do great for you in the YouTube business. Anyways, get mad at a service worker again, Darlene. Spice it up.
I am making now about $5,000 less than I was making a few years ago. $5,000 per month less. That's a big cut in pay. I am not even making enough to pay my rent, which is $1,500. So right now it's like, I mean, that's a lot to lose in that.
She's not even making $1,500 on YouTube right now. Again, yeah, I don't think it's a YouTube problem. I think it's a you problem, Diva. I think it's a you problem. Yeah, I'm sorry that people aren't tuning in for Mystery Scrappy Quilt Block Series Season 4 Block 47. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I obviously can only speak for myself.
Love my cream.
Really, truly.
She should start Bumble dating and tell us about it.
Someone to get sloppy with. Thanks for the 100 bits. Unfortunately, she is in a relationship. She used to actually, to that extent, we watched her talk about her dating profiles and stuff a lot, actually, when we first found her. She was talking about being on I didn't even remember the site she said she was on. It wasn't like an app. It was like an actual literal website that she was posting on. But yeah, I mean, truly all I can really speak to is my experience, and 2026 has been good for me. It's been good for me and my family over here on the YouTubies, so I don't know.
That period of time. But luckily for me, I'm still very grateful for YouTube because I banked everything I've ever made with them. Okay? Because I have multiple things and I pay my bills with, the smaller stuff, and I bank everything. So I'm still very, very happy. I'm not relying on...
What else has she got going on for a job that we don't know about? That she's banking everything. She's not spending her YouTube money. She's not spending her YouTube money. She's not spending her Social Security money. But then she said her YouTube money isn't even enough to cover her rent. I just got a lot of questions. Gas station boner pills. Thanks for the 1 bit.
On that money, which is why I can continue to do videos for next to nothing. I haven't even looked. I know I see it.
Her and blue eyes must have an OF.
Y'all are crazy for that. Maybe she's doing Phoebe. I don't think so. Do you think there's people in the feeder community out there that want to watch people just... Ooh, probably. I was gonna be like munch down on some butter, and then I was like, no, that's probably exactly what they would like to see. Ooh.
It comes into my bank account, but I just try to ignore it because it's sad and it's a little painful. But the thing is it's not just happening to me. So many, some women like me who do my kind of thing, who were making a killing and now they're making nothing. I mean,
now what kind of... Name one other woman who is out there making carnivore content while simultaneously posting crochet content. That's what I would like to know. Ma'am, for $1, name a woman.
It's just sad. There's a lot of videos up about that. But again, I'm fortunate, and I know, whenever I'm earning money, take care of that money, because it's not going to last. I did not think YouTube would go down like that. I was looking forward to, and again, I always say Derek, because, I would talk to him about these things. I was looking forward to hitting a $20,000 month on YouTube. That was my goal. I said, I can do this at the rate that I was growing. I said, I've got this. I know I've got this. And I didn't get it. I didn't reach it. But that's okay, right?
Again, it sounds like a you problem. Girl, your content is so inconsistent in terms of like what you talk about, what you do. Aren't her most popular videos her cutting her hair with a steak knife? No, but
because it wasn't anything.
Oops. No, but for real. Like, let's sort by her most popular videos. She does have some crap. Like, actually, her most popular ones. She's got 1.8 million views on this crocheted tote bag tutorial. She got 1.4 million views on how to quilt as you go. Oh, she does have 451,000 views of watching her cut her hair. But most of her really popular stuff is like sewing and crocheting. Her review of the genie bra. Why does she have that mannequin in her home? So it's just like, yeah, now you're talking about fucking eating butter. What, like... I'm sorry, Diva. Not everybody wants to hear your brainwashed like carnivore content.
I think this type of content is oversaturated now.
That's also possible. Yeah, Jamie, thanks for the bits. Wasn't there a video not long ago of her basically telling people to fuck off because they said they missed her crochet videos? Absolutely. and she also like will just talk to people like that in general. she'll just say shit like that in general to people in her comments. And it's like, feel free to say whatever you want to the people in your comments, but like, yeah, some of that does come with some level of like consequences, like as in those people will probably just leave your channel and stop watching. Oh yeah, and then she filters her comments. For a while she had her comments turned off, and unfortunately for the YouTube algorithm, that is very much a thing that matters in terms of like the success of your channel, is people being able to comment and engage in it. It is so funny though. I could name about like 10 different things if I had to that could help fix her channel. Help her start making some money on YouTube again, but I don't think she'd probably want to listen to any of it.
Thing of my doing, things just started falling apart. COVID was like, good for people like me who did stuff online, but then it, for some reason, tanked after. Okay, I'm going to have some of my seltzer.
Okay.
And I cut a straw for a little cup. Wow, I didn't expect to talk about all that. But that's where things stand. Now, I'm still good financially, that I don't have to touch my savings. I still put into savings with the things that I do, my fabric, YouTube, affiliate advertising, my Facebook earnings. I'm having fun with that. I earned $30 my first full month of June. But see, that stuff gets me excited because that's how I started with YouTube. You start with just pennies and dollars, but I don't see it taking off for me because I don't do what Facebook wants. I still promote things like my own stuff, and they just want no outside links, no links going out, but I link on Facebook to my auctions and to my videos and stuff like that. I need to do that. I need to continue to do that. However, with all this said, I love making money. I love saving money. So I do want to try to find some other ways to do all this.
Let's go.
And I want to try stuff new. I want to not commit so much to things on a schedule because I'm going to be 66. And like I said, I am retired only in the fact that I collect Social Security, but I do nothing with it. I'm banking it. And I thought I should at least be having fun. And there's times that I wish I could just sit down and say, I'm just going to start an Afghan and I'm just going to show people. It doesn't even have to be a tutorial. Everybody's doing these Afghans right now and I want to start so bad. But I have this series, 100 crochet stitches. I want to finish that, but I feel like I need to finish that first and then start the Afghans. People are doing the Afghans where they like pick a random color and they determine what they pick is the next row, what stitch, they roll a die to see how many rows. I want to do some fun stuff like that. And
Then do it! Then do it! Then do it! Then just do it, Diva. I want to have fun! Then have fun! Although, the one thing that kind of resonates with me of her saying that is like, I think it's how I feel about like gaming content. Like I got real excited about Tomodachi Life, and then it just turned into like, oh, this is a chore. This is something I have to do. This is something I don't want to do. This is something I'm putting off until I can do other things. And so, to that extent, I don't know. I kind of feel her, but it's also like, I don't know, crochet content is clearly a big part of your channel. I guess just do it. It bums me out when people get stuck in those goal mindsets. You're allowed to not finish one thing before another. Well, also that, like, I don't know what's keeping her from just simultaneously doing both things and documenting it for her channel, but Tomodachi Life, not your videos, the game itself got boring faster than any other game I've ever played. 9 years in development. I did see people, like, in general start to feel like, oh gosh, a lot of this is repetitive gameplay, there's only so much you can do, etc. To be honest, I don't know if I played the game long enough to be able to say that.
Want to not care, especially now, where YouTube sucks. I don't care. I don't have to keep trying to grow. I'm just going to go with the flow with YouTube. Whatever happens, happens. But I like to keep the connection going with my peeps,
Well, that's the problem, is that you cussed out some of your peeps. And second of all, yeah, you stopped trying to make it grow. You stopped trying to do the things that are typically, best practices on YouTube. And so now here you are.
I would like the freedom to record exactly what I want when I want. This means that I have some series out there that I would probably need to wrap up. I want to wrap up the 100 crochet stitches. Maybe I'll take a whole week and just do a whole shitload of crochet stitches and put that on my channel. I know some will say, well, I'm not here for that. I know. but I'm here for myself. So people will have to just unsubscribe, whatever, walk away. I don't care if my earnings go lower. Or
Diva, you do care if your earnings go lower, though, because you just spent about 10 minutes complaining about how you don't make what you used to make on YouTube. And then it's that fucking attitude.
whatever. And then once the series are done, I can just, say, hey, I feel like doing this today. There's so many things that I feel like doing. I would like to redesign, refashion, upcycle clothing.
Yes!
Maybe just once. And then another time I want to do something else. And then another time maybe I can make some paper beads that I always wish I could be making, but I have too many things on my schedule. Things like the mystery quilt block, I might shut that down after a little bit, but it's something that I don't have to change the thumbnail for, and that's another thing I like. I need to have just better ways. Everything I do is ancient.
Also, let's talk about thumbnails, because this is also not fucking best practice. Diva, all of these thumbnails look the goddamn same. What are you doing that's making people want to click on these videos? You're not. She's absolutely not lying when she says she just uses the same thumbnail for the Mystery Scrap Quilt Block series. There's that one. There it is again. There it is again. There it is again. How are people supposed to know if they're clicking on a new video? Listen, are they AI though? No, and thank God. Thank God for that.
It's ancient. I use paint for trying to do my thumbnails. It's so hard and complicated to do that, but I do it. That's what I know, and that's what I do. And I still would like to try one video per day or make up. I have so far accomplished that. I'm in July right now, and I have a video for every day this year so far. Oh, and before I forget, because I wrote it down, I have auctions, 50 Christmas auctions, and this is another thing that's making me kind of want to change my mind about the way I do things. 50 Christmas auctions. They all start at 1 penny free shipping. They are running July 3 to July 10. Today is July 6. So please go bid on some of my auctions. I worked on those 50 auctions for the entire whole year so far to get that all ready. And I like it. I like doing stuff.
What is she auctioning? I think just fabric. Fat quarters. I think just fat quarters. Fabric squares. Girl, I don't know.
Like that. But then I thought, what a lot of work that was. And it took me away from my fabric sales. However, my eBay store sales had a big jump because people were going to see my auctions and then they would buy something else. And I still want to do my auctions. I don't know if I will do them exactly the same as I have been for the past 6 months. This Christmas batch is there, and I thought maybe it's a nice time to make a change. Maybe I can just put auctions up any day I want. Right now, they were every 4 days, and I was doing 12 at a time, sometimes a little bit more. And I thought I don't have to be that strict about it. If I feel like doing some auctions, I would like to keep some always on for the rest of the year, but maybe separate them a little bit more. So I'm going to be more flexible with my auctions. I know that this does not affect anybody out there. Nobody gives a shit when my auctions come up. It's me.
Sorry I'm late, divas.
Destroying Angel, thanks so much for 32 months. Thanks for being here. You get here whenever you want to get here, Diva. Nobody gives a shit when my auctions come up. That's what she just said.
Hey, it's me and my schedule. I'm trying to let myself have permission to not worry every morning when I wake up. Normally I wake up and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I get to do this, like auctions and this. But with all kinds of outside things, Derek's prostate cancer. I'm having major issues with management of this apartment that has me majorly stressed out. That I don't have a car, and now Joe got a car, and he wants me to have this car, and now we're putting money into this car because it's an old car. I don't care about, it looks nice enough, this dent in the fender. I don't care about stuff like that. I want a car just to ride around, and it is cheap enough, but I stress over these things. Now we have somebody from AA that does cars and is going to work on it, and it stresses me out. I can afford to go buy a brand new car if I want to. I don't want to. I don't like to spend my money on things that I don't absolutely need. I'd rather buy a used car, but not that old.
So you could buy a brand new car if you wanted to, but you don't want to because you don't want to spend money on things you don't have to. So instead you'll buy a cheaper car that needs a lot of work on it, and then complain about having to spend money on the work that you have to put into the car. But she doesn't care. She doesn't care, y'all. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. I'm so stressed out about money and things like that, but I don't care, but I'm not. It's fine. I don't care. I don't care if you unsubscribe. I don't care if you keep watching. I don't care what you do. Nobody cares. Woo! It's just so funny. It's just so funny.
And Joe just he kind of like slipped this in. So I'm stressed about that. I'm stressed always about, I stress about Joe, his health. I mean, of course, I have Derek now too to worry about. He did have his surgery, his prostate removed.
I mean, those types of like health related stress is reasonable. That makes a lot of sense to me.
He's at home right now recovering from that. Just had that done a couple days ago. And I worry about Joe's health all the time. I worry a little bit about my health, not too much, but I worry about my life. I worry about my finances. I need to prepare for being dead and not having Derek have to do all kinds of stuff. So I really need to get a lawyer. And I don't pick the right people. And I want to make sure I've got everything. So
you know, honestly, truly, it is giving, like, I don't know if she has it or not. And I'm sure she probably would not try to, like, ever seek diagnosis or things like that. But it is truly giving, like, ADHD. or just like some kind of anxiety disorder. And I'm saying that as somebody with ADHD and who has previously been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. Like, I don't have these same worries, but there's been days where I'm like, oh my, well, actually, honestly, just like getting prepared to go on this vacation and this trip, like, every day I have been waking up, like, mind racing a little bit of, like, all the things I have to do between now and when I leave for this trip, right? So, like, I do feel, like, I wish that Darlene would consider some kind of, like, therapeutic intervention of some sort to, like, help with some of this.
And be ready to not be worried. I worry about these things at night. It's like, what if something happens to me tomorrow? Derek's not going to know this. He's not going to... Oh, I'm so stressed. And then I worry about the fact that I have become a hoarder again. There's clutter everywhere. I mean, I have a clean kitchen. My sink never has a dish in it. Things like that. Everything like that is good. But every other space that I can put something on, a table or something, there's a bunch of shit on a table. And I told Joe today, I said, we really, you have to help me to be mentally prepared. And I promised I would take care of something. Right here under my desk, I have a trash there and a trash over here. Those two trash cans, it's all just paper. It's not food or anything. Have been filled and overflowing for probably months. Everything under my desk is paper, balled up paper. It's everywhere on the floor. I'm not kidding. And when Joe comes in, he's like, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "I probably shouldn't give you shit for empty soda cans on the floor in the back seat." He's like, "No, I don't think you can give me shit anymore."
I mean, much like her eating, much like the ways that she eats feels disordered. This is giving this. And listen, I'm in no place to diagnose anybody. Obviously, I'm not like a medical professional in any form of the word. But it's giving like we need some therapeutic intervention. We need something. Because I mean, to be quite honest, like I can like feel her anxiety and stress through the, and I believe her. I just want to say, like, I believe that she is this level of like stressed and pressed, and it's just like let's make these life changes, and that starts with therapeutic intervention. I feel like that would be my non-medical professional advice and suggestion.
And it's because
if you're quote unquote retired and don't have to be working, like, you should not be this stressed in your life at 66. If I am anywhere this level of stress at 66, like what was the point of all 66 years of my life?
I have to get down on the ground.
Wait, what was that? Was that a whisper?
And it's because my knee, I have to get down on the ground. You know what I could have done is each time the trash got full, just take the fucking bag and yeah, but no, instead I decided to just throw stuff everywhere on the floor. See, there's something wrong with me when I'm doing those things. It's because I'm stressed, I'm not happy, and that's what happens with hoarders. You're so, it's just, I don't know, it's scary. To me, the world is very scary right now. Very, very scary, and I don't like a lot of it. I say all the time I was not meant to be an adult at all. And so I need a break. I want to wake up tomorrow knowing I have talked about this and say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. if I get a chore done today. I want to work on first being happy. I want happy back. Once I can.
Is there a mod? Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that.
And feel a little bit more relaxed, and maybe just take an actual day. I can't even say those words. Take an actual day off. I don't know what that's. Oh, who does that shit? But maybe if I just allow myself to wake up and say, I don't care if I sit here and crochet just for myself all day. Don't people do stuff like that sometimes? When I was drunk, I spent a whole lot of time hungover. Didn't think anything about wasting that fucking time. Oh, guys, I don't know. So I guess the bottom line is expect some changes. Or maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes I talk like this and then I feel so good that I'm like all renewed and I want to do everything I've been doing. One thing.
Yeah, it is not a healthy way of thinking to be like, I'm never allowed to take a day off ever. Yeah, no, you can take days off. Like our bodies were not meant to like support capitalism in that kind of way. You know, we have to live in capitalism. We have to exist within capitalism. But our humans were not created to like deal with this bullshit on a daily basis. It's okay to take a break and relax.
I will not quit. My daily ebook list. I look forward to sitting at my computer with a coffee or a clarified butter water tea, whatever I happen to be drinking that day. And I have I look up free ebooks on Amazon. I put them out.
That is so wild that is, listen, to each their own, but that is wild that is something she looks forward to, is sitting down and making her free ebook list.
And I used to do that publicly, but now it's one of the perks for my fan funding patrons and YouTube members. And that's not something I'm even considering stopping. It's my routine. It's how I start my day. It's like my form of meditation. So I will be doing that still, but I just want to be able to kick back. Now, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes.
You're depressed. Yeah, I'm just letting the gross drink go by because I have yapped ad nauseum about her fucking hot butter water.
I don't know right now. I'm very up in the air about my fabric sales. I need to still sell fabric because I have a lot of fabric. And did you see my eyes go like that? Because I thought at first I wasn't recording. That would have been horrible. I need to sell my fabric. I want to find a more fun way to sell it. You know what I have actually considered? Something I said I would never, ever, ever do.
What's that?
I thought of one time just getting stuff ready and then just doing something live on Facebook and saying, I've got this up for sale, whatever. And I don't know how I would even handle all that. It would have to be set up on my site or something.
Is she gonna have Shay 206 covering her? She gonna have Shay 206 covering her. If y'all don't know my moderator, Shay 206, she streams here on Twitch, and she also occasionally streams on her YouTube channel, all under the name Shay 206. It's SHAE 206. And Shay watches a lot of girlies on TikTok that are like selling random MLM products, selling resin tumblers, shit like that. Zach, can you diagnose us with ASMR like Darlene does? Sure, of course, dumbass cheese ball. And I don't know, that's the vibe that this gets. I am curious about Whatnot in general, because I think Colin posted some kind of Whatnot drama related video in the Discord. I don't know if he was just suggesting it as like look at this stuff about Whatnot, or if that was like you should watch this on Twitch type of video. But one of the resell girlies that I like to follow that does like Goodwill bin shopping, I'm obsessed with the divas that go to the Goodwill bins and just get a shit ton of stuff there and then resell it on like Poshmark and eBay. But anyways, one of the resellers that I watch that does that, she does Whatnot lives. She is always trying to get people to go to the Whatnot lives and switch the price tags. Well, the thing about the Goodwill bins, the Goodwill bins are actually the Goodwill outlet bins, and it's basically just like, I think, stuff that Goodwill gets donated that they don't sell or they don't have room for, things like that, and they just put them in these huge bins, and then people go and pick through them, and you pay based on the weight of the clothing, of the items and things like that. Yeah, it's priced by the pound. And so then a lot of these like resale people will get lots of stuff for really cheap. Anyways, I've been real obsessed with the Goodwill bins. I watch a lot of people make videos about them. I don't know what my problem is.
But the thing is I do have my exclusive shoppers who they have always gotten the best deals and first grabs. I don't know how to talk as to what I have. I would like to keep the patrons that I do have right now, but I can't expect people to stay. You know, even if it's $500 a month, that's something that's helpful. That goes to what? What bill? A third of my rent. Not even quite. It's a little bit more than that. So, you know, I don't know. But I have to remember, like Derek said, because I tell Derek all the time, if I can let go of things that are holding me down, I will do wonderful things. The money will always be there. It's always there, always. It has always been like that for me. Because I believe so wholeheartedly in the law of attraction. And I know that if I'm holding back a little bit, the next new job or adventure won't happen because I'm not mentally available to let it happen. I've got to let go of stuff and see what I can do. Let
them, or whatever, what's her name said. I was going to say Sheryl Sandberg, but Sheryl Sandberg she has some other kind of motivational, like, book or talking, or, right? Why can't I think of the Let Them woman? Why can't I know her name and I can't? Mel Robbins! I got to it before anybody in the chat could tell me. I'm so proud of me.
Even if it would be some really cool volunteer work. I think of it all the time. I wanted to do volunteer work. I'd still love to do volunteer work. I looked into it. It's hard to do volunteer work. I couldn't even try some kind of thing for Rocket that we would raise money in Rocket's name. Joe and I had talked about it, and you know, we had it all like, this would be so cool. I went around to places like where I could donate if I had these kind of things donated, or this or that. I mean, I went into it a lot. Places don't want that stuff. They don't want donated canned food that I could pick up at what? No, we have our own special. It has to be this. Oh no, people think that dogs want all these little blankets and all the, you know, we end up just giving all that stuff away. It goes in lamp. Look around. See.
What? Okay. All right, divas. I've talked about donation stuff before, and it's made people mad. It's made people mad. I don't know, and there's a reason. There's a reason that they have specified things that they want. And it's because they, like, sometimes you can only take certain things. And a lot of times people give a bunch of shit that, like, charities can't actually use. And so that's why there are guidelines. The thing about working with charities, and here's the other thing, like, before I was actually, like, organizing and running, a lot of my knowledge about this specifically comes from my own job responsibility of running a campus food pantry. However, in undergrad, I was in a service fraternity called Alpha Phi Omega. The gag is that these charities probably do want to work with you. They probably would want to do stuff, but sometimes you have to do it on their terms because they know what's best for the community that they're serving, whether that's homeless people, whether that is, poor college students who need food from an on-campus food bank, whether that is rescue animals. Like, these people know better than you, Darlene, and that's why they specify, I need XYZ things, because they know what they're going to use to help those communities. You are not an expert in helping rescue animals. If they're telling you that getting a whole bunch of canned dog food that none of their rescue animals can use or eat isn't going to be helpful, because then they have to find out what they're going to do with 100 pounds of canned dog food that they can't use. I'm being hyperbolic to some extent, right? But, like, that becomes its own job. You know, I took a class in grad school that was overall kind of stupid, and I wish I hadn't taken it in hindsight. But it was a class about emergency preparedness. I thought at the time it was like not within my graduate program, but we had to take so many classes outside of our graduate program, and I thought it'd be so helpful because, like, working in residence life, I had to respond to emergencies and campus emergencies, and that was something that seemed like it could be really cool and interesting. Anyways, one of the things that we learned about in that class is that during, like, national disasters, one of the biggest issues that they have is that they get bombarded. Like, these areas get bombarded with donations of stuff that none of them can use because people just send things thinking it's going to help when in reality it doesn't. And so one of the things that they, like, in this emergency management graduate program that we were taking this class out of, they talk about how in situations like that, in response to emergencies, they have to appoint somebody whose literal job it is to figure out what to do with all of the donations, both the donations that they actually can use and also the donations that they can't use. So whenever you're donating, there are a few things that I just get so passionate because I quite literally just know so much about and like from personal experience and everything. So when it comes to donating, whether you're donating to a local charity, whether you're donating during like a national disaster crisis type of situation, your best bet is to either, if you don't want to get the specific thing, donate money to those organizations and then they can decide how they want to allocate that, or listen to what they say they want and need. Anyways, I'll stop my soapbox. They will tell you what they need. They would love to call them. Exactly. And what is so annoying about what she's saying right now is it sounds like she did reach out to them and then she was just upset that they didn't want the particular kind of help that she was offering to give. And that shit is so annoying to me.
If you have shelters like that around here, they don't want jack shit from us. It's like, oh, okay, sorry we asked. I'd like to help food pantries. I'm in a position where I could do that and have it be fun that anybody who wanted to, donate to that stuff or whatever that, and I would be recording that and showing people, look what you guys did, and I would be pitching in. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, a lot.
She also the fact that she like wants to record herself doing it and making it about her is crazy. Not that like people with YouTube platforms can't use their platform to do really great things, because I mean, quite literally, I'm still like beyond shook that between what we actually raised on the Twitch stream that we did and what people donated after the fact, we quite literally helped fund like the summer of my friend's organization of people helping pets. Like when I talked to my friend about it afterwards, she's like, you literally helped us clear our summer fundraising goal. Like just you by yourself. And they're still doing a lot of other fundraising stuff. They do like a weekly well, they were doing in June, every Monday night they were doing a bingo night. My friend literally just got done coordinating a drag brunch that's coming up at the end of July. So it's just like, anyways, all this to say, you can do so many amazing things, but what it sounds like is she's pissed that she just can't film it and show it and do it for content. and that's irritating, that because she can't do it the way that she wants to do it, she's mad and she's upset. Anyways, there we go. I'm heated. Darlene's got me heated. I got other things I want to do tonight too. We got way too much of this left. It's already 6 p.m.
It's like every time we go by that dumpster here at the apartment, and there's a shelving unit there right now, and I told Joe, let's leave it, and when we go out later, we'll just put it in the car that we're having fixed up. And I said it'll be easy to just put in the trunk. His truck, you can't open the back of it. That's another whole story. And I would love to refinish, I don't know what it's even called, but I want to do it. Taking some old furniture, sanding it down, painting. I love to do stuff like that.
Then
I've done
do
stuff
it.
like that in forever. And then put it on Marketplace. Just something for me to do that I like. I can always show it as a video, what I'm doing, and then just put it on Marketplace. And I don't care if somebody comes and gets something for $5. I don't care. I just want to be doing something else. I just do. But videos definitely staying. Facebook, I'm the busiest I've ever been on Facebook. I'm talking about carnivore. I show you guys my meals every day. That's helping me to go through this new stage of carnivore for me, to do fat adaptations, and autophagy. Autophagy is how it's pronounced, I do believe. I want to be looking into that more. So I'm like really gung-ho, like just
What is
pure.
What is that she's talking about? I feel like I've heard that word before. Okay, it's the body's natural cellular recycling and cleaning process. Cells dismantle damaged organelles and misfolded proteins, turning them into reusable energy and building blocks. This vital housekeeping mechanism is triggered by cellular stress like fasting or exercise. Well, there you go. And of course, she's probably talking about the fasting part, not the exercise part. Okay.
Carnivore, and still the high fat pure carnivore. So I show you what I eat every day, and I tell you how I'm doing it, and if I ate late, whatever. I'm being all open about carnivore again, because it's
Carnivore's
something
always
new has come into my life that I learned about, and
Carnivores always misuse the word. That's when your body eats itself, which is literally what your body does when you lose weight too. Okay, I see.
I want to be all in on that too, because I still watch a lot of carnivore stuff, and I want to I don't know, I just want to have fun, and I need to start decluttering this place, because as much as I feel like I need to get well first, mentally available, and to do this stuff, I know it's the opposite. I have to start taking the stuff out, and then I will feel free and lifted from this pile of paper on my desk. What else did I want to say? And it's just like carnivore. I've had a stall for 2 years. That's why you haven't been hearing about me, up and down. And I keep saying,
we haven't heard about it because she had a stall for 2 years, but the reason that she does carnivore isn't to lose weight. Her brain is so broken. We're talking about it now because you're no longer stalling on weight loss, but allegedly that's not the only.
I have to get rid of the stress before I can pay more attention to this. But then I thought, if I turn carnivore around for me again, I mean, I've always been carnivore, always, but I call it now carnivore plus, because I was eating a lot of not optimal stuff, bags of pork skins with a container of sour cream, I knew, but I have gained some, like a pant size, I went up, and then those pants got tight, and then that's when I said, no, this has to stop. But I wasn't in the mood because so much stress was in my life, and still is, and other things too. I mean, it's just crazy. And I told myself, start by turning around the food, because I forget that the food, if I'm just getting off that other shit, I will feel mentally better. And boy, do I. Probably like 3 or 4 months ago that I started just basically hamburger patties. It's easy. And then
Not carnivore pluses without ads. Colin, you're ridiculous.
I started experimenting with other little things, and now I found that I accidentally am in the fat adaptation mode. Fat adapted, they call it. And I've been eating 1 meal a day for a few weeks, other than last night I was hungry, so I ate. I'm not aiming for intermittent fasting, and I'm not aiming to do that, but it's naturally just kind of happening. But if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat, but I'm eating carnivore. I'm eating my meat, and not sour cream and chips. Pork skins, not chips. I haven't had chips in years. Oh my God.
Oh, that was a whisper. I haven't had chips in years.
I was such a chip whore. That was my thing. That was my thing.
I was a chip whore is going down with I'm a soup pig. I'm a soup pig.
If I ever had a potato chip, yes. But I've not ever bought a bag of potato chips and sat down and ate chips. No. But I'll, sometimes I'm human. I'll have a potato chip. I'll have a little slice of pickle if I'm cutting pickles and putting one in the potato pasta salad that I make.
Poison! She always tells on herself that she likes to cheat on carnivore. Carnivore's so good for her, but she'll cheat and she'll eat a pickle. She'll cheat and she'll have a chip.
This is like a pickle. Oh yeah, I remember what that tastes like. Stuff like that. But and all carnivores do that. All carnivores do that. But right now I'm not. I'm just eating what you see in the Facebook page.
All carnivores do that. All of them. They all do it.
Okay, this is a long video. So I'm just gonna do my best. I'm hoping that I can breathe. I'm anxious for a lot of things to go by, a lot of stressful things, but I'm aware that I think there's going to be a lot of stress in the rest of my life because I'm getting older, and there's a lot of stress that goes with that. So I need to just try to chill and say, whatever stress comes my way, I will handle it. When it's here, I don't care how long it lasts. I want to have good times when I'm not just all consumed by that. I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to sit here and I got to do something, or I got to do a video, and then like, shit, I don't feel like doing this, and I don't feel like doing. No, don't do it. Don't feel like it. Don't do it. That's all there is to it. But I hope to still have fun stuff for you guys. Do go follow me on Facebook, please. Please, I have so many subscribers, and
please, she needs to make more money. She's not stressed about the money, but she does want you to go follow her on Facebook.
It's like not growing. I think I gained 100 followers since I've started Facebook monetization and have been begging for followers. So it's like, I don't know, maybe going on May. 2 months I've been. I started May 7, I do believe. And today's July 6. So 2 months I've been on Facebook as a monetized person. So go follow me, please. That'll make me feel better.
It must be like 9/11 in her gut when she eats a bite of pickle. Her gut probably does not know what the fuck to do with a pickle at this point.
Go blow up my followers. I know nobody will do that, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to hang up now. Thank you so much for watching. I mean it. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.
All right, bye. Bye, Darlene. What a day. That was really a journey. That was such a journey with her. She got me fired up about donating to charities. She got me fired up by talking about YouTube not working for her anymore. And also she's like, I need to make all these changes, but didn't commit to doing any of the changes. She just talked a lot. Oh, what a world. There's someone I need. Beep, 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 boop, boop. Which of the girls do you think would actually attempt the carnivore diet? Well, I don't think any of them, to be honest. Amber Lynn got kind of close by briefly doing keto for a second. For a tiny second. But I don't even think, has Chantal ever tried keto? I don't think she has. So I guess based on like previous stuff, Amber Lynn. Chantal did that water fast for a hot minute. Chantal will do a lot of fasting and stuff like that. But that's not inherently carnivore. Like, you can fast and not be on a carnivore diet. I don't know. The only thing that keeps me from saying Amber Lynn is that she claims she's not a meat girl. She claims she's not a meat girly, but she clearly is. She clearly does like to eat meat. Anyways, bye YouTubies! Subscribe!